What are you doing, beloved?
Attention, attention, my black brothers. What I want y'all to do right now is take out the do-rag, the silky, tie it down. I want to see the waves glistening. If you got nappy hair, pick it. Don't let nobody discourage you.
Ariel.
Black boy, black boy.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Lord Devery.
And I'm derwinking.
And welcome back to another episode of That Black Boy Joy, where we create a space where black boys can be themselves and what?
So much more.
And today we have another guest on the show today. I have my friend Cameron Foster, aka Cam is Everything _ on Instagram. He is a model, he is a CEO of his own clothing brand, and he also is a fitness and health coach. And his page on Instagram is fosterfitness.23. So Cameron, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm super honored for you guys to have me on this show. I'm super excited. It's gonna be the time. How you guys doing today?
Welcome.
I'm good. I am tired, but I am good. I haven't done anything. Actually, I've been in the house all day, but I am still
And tired, are we?
I don't know how. I'm still tired, but it is what it is. How are you all's day going? What is going on in y'all day today on this Saturday?
Cameron.
I got up this morning, went to work, and just came home, and yeah, I'm here. So it's been a good, productive day for the most part.
So it's like a lazy Saturday, I feel, for some reason, with all this stuff going on.
I woke up not really early today, but 9. Actually, it's not early at all. I woke up at 9 and went to do yoga in the park. So shout out to my girl, China. AKA my wife, China Tiara. They did yoga at Meridian Hill Park, also known as Malcolm X Park. And they did a sage bath. China did the sound bowls, which she's really great at.
Janae be doing that stuff. Janae Aiko. Is that?
Let me tell you, it literally. And then somebody was there doing the flute. I think her. No, I didn't. I don't remember what her name was, but. Hopefully I can get into their space again because that really set the tone for the day. Because then me and Omar did crabs and it was beautiful.
Oh, yes. All right, Cam, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for the viewers so that they can get a little feel of who you are before we have this whole Q&A with you?
My name is Cameron Foster, known as Cam is Everything on Instagram. I'm 23 years old. I stay in Cincinnati, Ohio. I love working out. Everyone says the gym is my second home, which it is. I just love everything about working out. I love hanging out with my friends, family, shopping as well. That's my thing. I'm a really outgoing person, very spiritual, just overall nice person here.
All right, so Cameron, what does Black Boy Joy mean to you?
Black Boy Joy means to me is basically living your truth, basically being who you want to be, who you aspire to be. Just being you overall. Don't go off of what people want you to be because that isn't the right. You're not gonna find no joy out of living under other people, what they want you to be. Just being you, basically.
Yes. All right. So we're going to get right into our Black Boy Joy Spotlight of this week's episode. So this week's Black Boy Joy Spotlight is a man by the name of Dario Clamis. He is a photographer, a visual director, and a writer. He also is the first Black photographer to shoot a cover event for Vanity Fair. So he recently just did the cover with Viola Davis. I want to say that is the August. Is that the August edition? Because I think what is it? Magazines do the month
prior
thing. So I think that was and he's also queer.
Oh hey, Mr. Comments.
So it's really dope to have a photographer, the first one for Vanity Fair, be Black. I was kind of like, what? I didn't know that they didn't have nobody Black.
And Viola looks stunning. She looks absolutely marvelous.
What I realized is some photographers do not know the lighting for Black people. And the fact that I just shout out to him for having the good lighting annoying because the one with Simone Biles to me was like not the greatest.
I didn't hate all of those photos, and I thought that the people were slightly too harsh about it.
Yeah.
Because I think the tones are both dark here and in that one, and I think those dark tones are flattering. For instance, when the same photographer, I want to say it was Annie Leibovitz, did Serena Williams' photo shoot, it was great. She that's her style, and she did the same exact style. So I think I do think that people were slightly too harsh about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But since we are having the spotlight, shout out to Mr. Dario Calmes. I feel like it's Calmes.
I think so. I just looked up interviews like Calmes.
It is Calmes? Okay.
Yeah, I just looked up one before, but I was thinking the same
that.
thing. You gotta get people's names right. But shout out to him. Keep serving that black boy magic. But now let's get into some hot topics. The first one I want to talk about is who really shot Megan? That's what I want to know.
First of all, my roommate was playing Tory Lanez, and I said, "Oh, you're really gonna do that? You're really gonna play this man's music, even though he absolutely shot Megan."
I was listening to his music. I was listening to his music today. Chicks Tape 5 is my stuff. I was listening to it today. Then I kind of felt bad. I was like, damn, I'm listening to his music. He could have shot Megan.
Yeah.
I still rock the music.
Too, and it's funny because I have seen somebody make it seem like it was like a skit from the situation in Harlem Nights when a girl got her pinky toe shot.
Absolutely not. That man has little man syndrome, I'm pretty certain. What the people are saying is that she didn't want him. He got mad because she was getting out of the car. Now, obviously, none of these people know anything because they weren't there. But this is the narrative that's being told, that he got mad because she didn't want him like that and she was leaving. So he got mad and shot her. But I don't know, girl. That what the internet say. I don't know about it.
I don't either. I'm like, I literally need Beyonce to just like grab her and be like, hey, girl, let's like have like a powwow. Let's like get your life together. I don't know why you're hanging out with 5'3" and 125.
Lest we recall that Solange whooped Jay-Z's ass in the elevator, so my girl B ain't short of a scandal herself.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And then like let's start talking about this wave of entanglement that's going on. Let's talk about
Crazy.
That's a real word, y'all. I did not know that was like.
Is it really?
Entanglement is an actual word.
Truly thought she made that up.
August responded and was like, yes, if you look up the definition of entanglement, this is what it was.
Oh, okay. If that's what they both wish to call it, it's their narrative. Cameron, do you have any thoughts about that before I go in?
Entanglement is just, everyone's just using it nowadays. It's just, I don't have thoughts about it. I just be looking at it and it's like, wow, laughing at it, because all these memes, it's so funny to me. Literally everything on Twitter with the entanglement, everything, and people put in posts like single, relationship, entanglement, and they circle entanglement. I'm just like, oh my god, that's so funny.
I love the little mix that they did on the internet, the little music of Jada and Will going back and forth saying entitlement. That was actually a bop. Entanglement. That was a bop. So I watched Claudia Jordan's little show, whatever. What is it, Foxhole or something?
Yeah.
With Selena Johnson and Lisa Ray McCoy and Vivica A. Fox. And Vivica said something that I had been thinking for a while that I also saw on Twitter. And it was that, August was relatively young. I think he's about like our age.
He's like 26.
Around, like,
yeah.
You said what?
I think he's 26.
Right. So by the time, I think she said this happened 4 years ago. So at that point, August was like 21, 22 years old. Now I remember who I was at 21, 22 years old. And like, definitely had some things with someone who was 40 plus, and there's a huge difference. There's an age difference there, and there's things about the world that, one knows that the other one doesn't. Now, being a strong-minded person, there wasn't so much that person could say to me that would change the way I saw the world, but I think it's different when you are coming in as a person who is harmed or physically ill. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she starts off their relationship talking about how she helped him raises an eyebrow for me, that at some point that relationship turned into a physical and what sounds like romantic relationship. Yep. I don't understand how you go from caring for a person, especially a person who's as young as he is. And Vivica pointed out that like they had brought that it was because of Jaden that he was even in the space.
Yeah.
And it just seemed, there are words I'm not going to use, but it was very strange to me that that's how that relationship turned out when he was so young and so bright-eyed and so sick. And the word I would use for his state at the time is vulnerable.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it there.
I mean, I think it's just very interesting to me, the whole situation. Like, I feel like she definitely went at his lowest. She was there and, like, she, I think, abused her privilege or something of that nature. But yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Jada Pinkett Smith. And I really appreciate, you know, what she has done with what she was doing when she first started the Red Table Talk. I loved the conversations she was having between her mother and her daughter. And I think it really, it offered a really good and fresh perspective from different generations. I think the platform has transformed in the last year and has become something else, a sort of redemption table that I don't think is beneficial. I do think it like panders to this sort of like unhealthy cultural aspect of people do bad things and then they have to be redemptive. Like, I totally think accountability is important, but I don't really like it on display in that way. Like, for entertainment, it's a little strange.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad she cleared it up. I feel like he did it for his music as well. I think he definitely knew his album was coming out, so he said,
absolutely. It was timely. It was absolutely timely. So I have no doubt. Because he's had all this time to talk about it.
Did I listen to his album?
I listened to a couple of songs. I feel like it was a lot of songs on there. He was giving me
a lot of songs.
Very much Christmas.
They're not going to do that.
Yes.
Not going to happen for me.
Yes. I think it was like 27 songs. And I really tried. Because I do like his music, but going into the album, I was just like, okay.
I'm not going to try to do that.
Tory Lane. So.
27, you said?
Yep.
He would have lost me at 14.
Yeah, he lost me at 2.
Honestly, if we're really being honest, it was I'm not even going to give it a gander. I don't know what the album art looks like. I haven't heard August Alsina song since like 2013, and I'm truly not searching for it. It's just not on my radar.
I myself listened to it. I didn't listen to all of it. It was okay, but it wasn't nothing. I was like, oh my god, I need to. But I can't. They have these albums that's like 27, more than like 12 songs.
I don't know why they keep doing that. I mean, the last person that did that I actually listened to was Justin Timberlake, and it was a 2-part album, and I didn't even like all the songs in the second part. He didn't need to do it himself.
Yeah. Well, Portia and Yandy just got arrested.
Yandy Luther King.
And Portia Tubman. Yes.
Never heard that one.
So but they did, in their defense, they got arrested for protesting. Breonna Taylor's they basically were protesting, people remembering her and things of that nature. And
the fact that the man who killed her didn't get, or the people who killed her didn't get arrested.
Yeah, and he's on the beach living his best life.
And they're gonna keep on doing that. With any hope, they won't.
It's funny, the two, like, Portia to me is like, she's out there on the forefront, but she's very ditzy. But I love her because she's like, girl, I'm gonna be out here. But then Yandy, I remember the last one. She got maced, or they.
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh at that. But something about the way that she was in that camera coughing really sent me. Oh man! Shout out to Yandy for being a constant advocate for those incarcerated and for Black people, because obviously we need as many people as possible to stand up for us, and just for genuinely being an entertaining person, no matter how much she tells lies. Shout out to you, Yandy Luther King.
Yes, her and Yandy Tubman. I mean, Portia Tubman.
If it's one thing, if it's 2 things Yandy can do, 1 is fight for the people, and 2 is lie to the people. She's good for both of them.
Yep. And then I think I'm going to leave out this one. How do we feel about Nick Cannon losing all of those, losing his deal with VidCom?
I plead the 5th.
You don't care?
It's not that I don't care. Just I don't have anything constructive to say about it, and I just don't think that anything I have to offer about it is going to be helpful.
To me, I really didn't like look. I heard about it, but I really didn't like take the time to look into it. I do think it's kind of, I wouldn't say sad, but I don't know. I don't have words to I don't have a word to describe it. But all the shows he's been doing, everything, like I can look at it, but it's really funny and entertaining and everything. But
I've changed my mind. I am gonna say something. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I was like, you know what? So first of all, shout out to Malanas Queendom. That's MALANASQUEENDOM on Twitter. She said my partner and I were just discussing how a lot of Black people don't have the education around anti-Semitism to fully get why Nick Cannon's rant was messed up. So let me be your Black and Jewish educational fairy godmother. First, that Rothschild bank theory, that ain't real. Many Jewish people in Europe were forced to work in banking because of laws restricting them from entering other types of work. This is where the stereotypes of stingy, money grubbing, banking, etc. come from. But it was the racist and anti-Semitic structures that pushed Jewish people into that system in the first place. This is similar to calling Black people welfare queens. A system was created that locked people into place and a stereotype was invented around it. So I think this is an important part of the conversation because the snippet that I heard of Nick Cannon, it sounded all over the place, but it also wasn't anything that personally like made me bat an eye. Yeah. Mostly because I think there's always something to critique about, you know, the place of white people in this society. On the other hand, I think we as Black people have to make a conscious effort to not be anti-Semitic because I think that the Jewish community and the Black community have experienced similar forms of racism or of prejudice. And we're often in the same communities, or at least in adjacent communities, like our communities are like right there. Yeah. But somehow on both sides, we continue to like aggress each other. We say awful things about each other. It truly is on both sides. Like I've heard Jewish people say some really like awful things about Black people, and I've heard Black people say some horrendous things about Jewish people. And it's so interesting that the relationship is two-sided in that way, because we could just as easily bond and forge together against white supremacy.
Yeah. I just think Nick Cannon's a hotep. So
he is.
I just think when he starts to talk, I just be like, oh fuck.
That's a fair assessment.
He's getting a talk show, I believe.
Oh.
I think I seen that on the Shade Room post. They presented him with like a talk show or something.
They're gonna let him talk, huh?
Yeah. But I do love all the support that people are showing him. Like, I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Like all his friends and everything. I just love people supporting other people. So.
I agree. I did want to note, you said Shade Room, and it reminded me of The Breakfast Club. And yeah. The sort of like pedestal that they've been put on for Black people and like Black culture. And I thought it was really interesting because I think there's a whole section of like Black people who are not specifically looking to The Breakfast Club for political information or opinion information, but I'm also aware that it's such a large platform for a lot of Black people to go to. And I didn't know if you guys have any thoughts about them being a staple in the Black community and being a credible source for information.
I personally don't think that they have the best platform to do that. A lot of the things, I just don't like Charlamagne's like ideologies or just like the whole conversation that they have on the show. I mean, I think, yes, having people on the show and interviewing them, but at least make it serious. Because I do think at times that specifically Charlamagne is just ignorant about a lot of things. And I don't really.
I'll give it to Charlamagne. I've seen him try to learn things, and I don't know why. I also have a feeling that the elevation of that platform has a lot to do with his connections in the business. He's very smart in that way. I will say that when it comes to business, I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't have a problem because I recognize that there really is a large portion of the Black community who looks to them for information. I just think they're irresponsible with information. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that they're calling on people who are experts in subjects to do it, but I thought it was interesting that there are onlookers and not people a part of the Black community who are calling them like a top tier source of information for Black people. Just thought that was interesting.
I just think of it as a place to have fun, like a fun interview. I'd take that space as a chill spot. Like there'd be some outlandish questions. Like I could just see Charlamagne be like, "Do you suck dick?" And you'll be like, "Yep." Or
And
like,
people are cussing them out regularly.
I could just see them doing that, or being like, "So you really a hoe, Dreyer?" Like I could see that. But I mean,
shout out to y'all, Angela Yee, DJ Envy, and Charlamagne the God.
well, that is the end of our hot topic. So we need to get into the meat and potato of why we are here today to get to know Cam and things of that nature. So first off, I wanted to ask you what got you into fashion and fitness, because I do see that a lot on your profiles, a lot of fashion and a lot of fitness. So what were the reasons? What made you get into those two things?
Fashion was always like a part of me. Like growing up, my mom didn't play no games about what we had, what she put us in and everything. So as I got older, I started like having my creativity, my creativity started coming out with fashion. Because I went to didn't have to wear you. That gave me the opportunity just to be me, like my creativity, where when I want to wear and everything. And at first, naturally, like a lot of people came up to me like, "Oh my gosh, your outfit is so nice and everything." I'm just like, "Thank you." Like I just was in my closet and I just picked out whatever and just put it together. So I really didn't like pay it that much attention in high school. But as I got older, fashion started becoming like damn, like I'm really good at doing this everything. And like fashion, I love the way it makes you feel. Like you just put an outfit on, you just feel like, excuse my French, you probably feel like you that bitch or you that nigga and everything. And I just love like the feeling that you have with it. And also fitness, like I said, I'm in there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Fitness just, I love the feeling it makes you feel just working out. It's not all about the outer. It's really working out makes you become a stronger person inside. And it helps you, your mindset and everything. I just love the way this working out can really sculpt you to be a better person, a better you and everything.
How would you describe your aesthetic?
How would I describe my aesthetic? Go into that a little bit more, like definition.
You took the fashion.
Okay. How would I describe my aesthetic? I would say freely, creativity, natural. That's a hard question.
Because I see a lot of what you wear, a lot of what you incorporate is like, I don't want to say grunge, but also like you have like a hip hop or like very like streetwear with a lot of the pieces that you wear, which I noticed. I was like, I don't know if that's a trend or something that you're comfortable in, but I definitely see that you have like a lot of streetwear, a lot of like high top shoes, a lot of flannels and things of that nature added. So I didn't know.
Yes, I'm a big fan of flannels. It's just really a flannel and putting on. So basically, how I look at fashion and everything is where I don't go all out, like spend $1 million or $1,000 on an outfit, everything. I can literally go like to H&M or on a website and just put in like, get like a $10 shirt, some jeans and everything, and get some ones. Like ones is like my favorite shoe ever. Like especially you just get like some, like I was wearing in Atlanta. I put on a plain white beater, some Nike shorts, and just dressed it up with like my ones, being creativity, wearing double size Nike socks and everything. It's just basically just being comfortable. Like you always want to be comfortable in what you're wearing and feel confident.
Okay, so I see like the comfort. You like have that. You want to be comfortable in what you wear as well, and that's
Yeah,
dope.
like
I
I
think a lot
can't
of people.
be, I can't be like standing and I'm just feeling like, damn, these pants too tight, but just look killing it, but it's like, no, give it up.
So also noticed that you started your own clothing line as well. What made you start wanting to get into that? Since you like, I love fashion, but let me now dive into this business of creating or starting your own line.
The thought of coming out with my own line was basically to, I wanted people to, I'm sorry.
You're
I
fine.
started my clothing line because I wanted people to just affordable, most definitely. Because like I said earlier, like I'm not the type of person that can feel comfortable spending over $100 on a pair of pants and be like good. Like every time I walked into like PacSun, I was like, damn, these pants too much and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna buy them, spend a coin for them because they look good and they're comfortable. So I was just like, hey, I always wanted, let me find a good pair of joggers, jeans, or anything that people can afford and
Mm-hmm.
still look nice in them. Like, it's always about saving a coin and still looking nice. And
I
Well,
then,
that's a good
appreciate
thing.
that because I think what a lot of people have lost, they've lost the art of style. And they've sort of substituted it for the more expensive pieces, for like your high like value brands. And I think it's taken a lot of the creativity out of people's style. So I appreciate that you're offering something that's accessible and that people can play around with to create their own unique looks. Shout out to you for that.
thank you,
Mhm.
thank
Where do
you.
you see this going in like the next couple of years?
So I will be honest, I did take a little break from the fashion,
Yeah.
because like during this whole COVID thing, everything, and what I was dealing with personally, I did take a break from the fashion and I started being more involved into fitness. Because anything like I'm going through personally, everything, I just run to the gym
Yeah.
and think the gym's gonna take care of my problems. And so during this whole COVID situation, I was working out, and then this like I just want to always want to be a trainer. And I was just like, let me venture off to this real quick and see how this is going and stuff. So now I started that, and it's like, well, let me juggle both of them and everything. So I do see I'm getting back into the fashion. Starting on my shirts. I started out with pants and everything, just putting looks together and different stuff. So
Mhm. So
I
you
see it
talk.
going further. Like I wanted to. My goal was just basically um, be like another version of PacSun or anything, but an affordable way.
Mhm. I think that's really good to have that those type of things because I hate going into stores and seeing like a H&M or especially if you're doing fast fashions like an H&M or like a Forever 21 and the men's section is like literally this big. I'm just
Yes,
I'm honestly
yes,
like I hate going into those places and I only go in for basic things. Like if I need a white tee or something, because I don't expect to go there. But the fact that the men's section in these places are literally like a blink and then you're
Yeah,
like gone, it
I
kind of
agree.
baffles me. It makes me think like, can men still have this quality, like high fashion type of feel that the women have in this whole store? So I appreciate you creating online space to have that because we have these Boohoo men, we have these Fashion Nova men, we have ASOS and all that. But I really appreciate you tapping into that as well because we need that for a budget. We need that
Absolutely.
for a budget because also for our how has it been for you finding clothes in like because you're 6'5",
yes.
you're a tall guy. How is it finding fashions? Was there a difficulty for you doing that or did you like who was that too?
It is really difficult. That's why I started like with pants. For people, because you're tall, near my height, it's really hard for us to find like pants, joggers, and everything
Especially the ones I
because
can twerk in. The ones I need to be I need to be able to move.
yes,
Dead
that is
ass.
most definitely. You always got to give your pants a test. Like if you especially went to the club, you got to like put them on. Like, can I do this, that? or am I just gonna be sitting there and just give y'all trade? You know.
Come
So,
on, keep on.
yeah,
We love trade, honey.
We love to see it.
So yeah, pants is most definitely a point because you always. I feel like now having like because before people used to crack on people wearing like high waters, like if your pants didn't like hit your kneecaps or now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now it people trends up and everything.
I was
Like
like, girl, you're
pants
breaking
not
up. I
really.
couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
You
you.
can
Say it
now.
again. Yeah, say it again.
Okay. I feel like now, before people used to get on people if your pants wasn't touching what's it? Your foot. I mean not your foot, but your ankle.
Like, yo, what? Come on.
It wasn't touching your ankle. They used to crack on you like, oh, you flooding or something. But now I think it's like a trend where you rolling your pants up and everything, and it's a look.
Did you say
And you
funny?
can get a.
Did you say, oh, you funny?
No, they used to crack on you like, oh, you flooding.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
in Ohio, Dayton, we say you flooding. I don't know if y'all say that.
I've never. They used to say, "Are you preparing for a flood?"
No.
But that's interesting.
You flooding, bitch.
Wow, that's hilarious.
I mean, I think that was essential too. Is like for us being tall, we had to find a way to make it work. Because sometimes, like when I was younger, I could not find clothes that fit me because I'm 6'4", so I would have to roll it up. But now that's becoming a trend, and it's like, well, I was only doing it because I couldn't fit the clothes or fit my pants, but now people are doing it just casually. So I think that's interesting to see that happening as like a trend. And it's like, no, as tall niggas, I have to roll my pants up.
Yes, and also I found it challenging. Like you buy a pair of pants from somewhere and you wear it and you throw it in the washer and you put it on and it's not the same. It just shrivels up. Like it's not touching your ankle no more. It's just like okay. Yes, it's just like here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll them up and like these are a good pair of pants. I paid a good coin for them. Like let me roll them up or do something. Like that's the challenges I have with pants.
I'm famous for doing that. Literally, wash a pair of pants until the bitch is too small, and I'd be like, "Well, I ain't buying another pair. I'll roll that motherfucker right up to the calf and walk around just like that."
And that shit is expensive.
Ain't
Like,
it?
pants for men, because we have more like
Clothes
it takes more to make a pair of pants. Because women's section, they be having like I remember back home, they had like Wet Seal was a place, rest in peace to them. They would have like $1 pair of jeans and like penny jeans, and I'm like, bitch, if they made penny jeans for us, that would be like
Yeah, I'm trying to understand why does it cost more to make men's clothes? What is it about it? Like,
it's
what
the
is it about
fabric.
our
I think
clothes
they're
that makes
creating
them?
like
Huh?
I think is it correct me if I'm wrong, is it because of the fabric and also like the length of us?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy the length one. And if it's fabric, I would like to know why the fabric is different for women. And I mean, I know the answer. I understand they usually have more stretchy clothing because they can make it like tight and shit. But I'm a bitch who like to wear tight clothing too. I want some spandex in my clothes.
I think we all need some tight stuff to show what we're working with. But I wanted to go back into you talked about fitness and how you had took a break from your fashion line to focus on your fitness and how it was a place for you to like, it was a therapeutic place for you. How did that start for you? Was fitness always a therapeutic thing for you, or did it just start to gradually get that when you started to become more consistent?
So I started working out like 4 years ago. I had the wrong attention and the wrong mindset when I first worked out.
I understand.
No, it was no. It was basically I went through my first breakup and it was like tough on me. Then I was just like, I'm gonna start working out, get my body together, and I'm gonna show you that you messed up.
That revenge body.
Yeah. So it was that like I had that mindset every time I went to the gym. I used to have my friends used to get on me like, why are you listening to that type of music? Like music that gets you in your feelings. Normally you listen to music get you hype in the gym, but I was total opposite. Like it used to motivate me like I'm about to shit on you. But as I kept working out, my whole mindset changed. Like it changed from I'm doing this for this type of person and it changed to I'm doing it for me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm loving who I'm becoming. I'm loving who the person I'm looking in the mirror. And more so, fitness is not all about just working on your outer. Fitness work helps you work on your inner self because I became more confident within myself because you would think I walk my head held high and everything and I'm the most confident person. No, total opposite. I used to have insecurities and everything, but working out brought that insecurities out of me and brought that confidence level in me. So my whole mindset shifted on just working out. And I was like, damn, if I feel this way. Imagine me helping someone that's in a bad place I can uplift them on working out and just make them a better person inside and out. Like you train yourself to look a certain way, but really you trained yourself inside to be a better person and everything. And like one thing, you play sports and everything, and your coach used to be like, oh, don't cheat yourself on like if you say, oh, he said do 25 push-ups and you do 10, but you say you did 25 push-ups, he's like, don't cheat yourself. It's just like that with the gym. Like, don't cheat yourself working out and everything. And you teach yourself on basically, I'm not gonna cheat myself through life. I'm gonna give you all that I can and everything. So.
Yeah, I think about it, like it has a lot of discipline to be that committed to like working out. And I think that's something that's dope that I didn't think about when people work out. Like, first of all, I hated working out when I used to do it because it's track. But now, like, I don't work out as much, but like I think when people start to work out, I appreciate the discipline that they have to have in order for them to work out for 2 hours and go hard consistently, and also the like diet that comes with that. So I appreciate people that like are committed to that because you can see that they're not just physically becoming better. A lot of people that are like really into working out, they're becoming spiritually and mentally better. Just
it's
because
like a lifestyle.
Yeah. They should put that like fitness is like a lifestyle, like a lifestyle change as well, especially if you do it like with dieting and things of that nature. So I'm like,
well, so what do you say to someone who wants to start working out but doesn't know where to start?
You hear us?
Just start somewhere. Just start somewhere. Don't be afraid because when I first started out, I used to just go to the gym, just look at people, just do different things, exercises. Then I feel like social media really plays a big part because you have trainers like myself that post videos on their page. And you can take that, and I do it myself where I look at other people workout routine and I'll look at on Instagram and take it to the gym and just do it. So I feel like the resources is there. You just have to like tell yourself like I'm gonna get up and do it and everything. Like you just have to prepare yourself to this. You gotta tell yourself like if you want to be better, you gotta put in the effort.
Yeah, I think that's
Thank you.
It starts with you on taking it.
So before we start to wrap up, I wanted to ask you two questions that I feel like we all want to know. I think that. So the first question is, what are some staples? First of all, what are some staples that you have to have in your wardrobe? Like I gotta have this when I go out to the club. I gotta have this when I'm going on a trip. What are some things that you like? I gotta have. You looking around like it's right there in your house.
I'm not looking around like wardrobe wise.
Yeah.
Let me see. I gotta have. Wardrobe wise. I want to say this, but I hope I don't sound dumb. I gotta have a good pair like kicks.
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta have a
yeah, like I gotta have. Yeah, I just have to have a good pair of kicks on my feet because fuck what's from here, when I'm top and bottom, like what's on my feet is the most important thing to me.
I appreciate that. I'm an accessories girl myself. Love a good
For
accessory.
real, I'm trying to get into it. Like, I don't wear a watch, like my Apple Watch or a actual like Gold Watch or something, but that's it.
I stay with a pair of sunglasses, buy a new pair regularly. Love a good bracelet, love a good piece of like bohemian jewelry, a ring, new
Yeah.
necklace, whatever. I just love accessories.
I'm trying to get into accessories as well. Like I recently, like the last picture I posted, that was like the first time I had like I bought like a necklace that wasn't like this fake ass shit, or like just an earring that wasn't like one of these.
Don't get me wrong, I wear a piece of fake ass jewelry. I my bank account is set up that way. If a bitch could afford
Yeah.
14 karat gold, whatever, I'd have it.
Yeah. I need a jacket. I need a layer or something. I like oversized things, so I definitely, I love something like hanging. I love it.
Nice ass jacket.
Also, the next one is, what is your least favorite workout? Like, bitch, I got to do this in the gym. Ugh.
A lot of people will be like, bitch, I know you lying. I hate doing squats. I hate doing squats.
Oh wow.
Yes, I really hate doing them, especially with the bar and everything. I just feel like, and you think total opposite. You think squats is my favorite exercise. It's my least favorite exercise because it's like.
What is your favorite?
My favorite is bench press.
Gym people love a good bench press, honey.
Fuck that shit. I prefer squats. Like I feel like it's easier to do. I don't know why.
I do love squats.
So when I do squats, I go all the way down where damn near your butt is touching the ground.
Shit.
And when you have weights, it's like you have to like you literally have to be like.
That's why, because
you better get up.
A bitch who doing a regular ass squat is the one that love it. A bitch like me. I love to run. That's my thing, and I haven't done that in a minute. But it's the only thing that I like get excited about.
Yeah.
I hate gyms. I
hate lifting weights. I like doing like endurance. First of all, I ran track in college, so I love just my own weight. But like when it comes to other weights getting involved, I'd be like, God damn. I'm like, shit, this thing came out of nowhere. But speaking of which, I have one more thing. So, do you get hit on a lot at the gym?
I do get hit on, but a lot of people say I'm really mean.
Oh, okay.
And I do not. I think because I just be in my mood, like I just be like, listen to my trap music, everything. I just be in my zone every day.
Yeah.
Just be like, and it's weird. Like they find me on Instagram, they write me on Instagram like, I wanted to approach you, but I don't know if you was gonna be like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Like I get that a lot. Like I get that the next day, waking up from the club and everything. I get that from. I wanted to approach you, but you look kind of mean. Like if I approach you, like get out my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't give unless I get hit on a lot. My past relationships, I met them at the gym.
Two things. I think people project when they say that a person looks unapproachable and maybe not unapproachable, but like mean. To flat out say someone looks mean, I typically think is a form of projection. But are you like in the zone? Do you prefer people not to come up to you at the gym? Is it like, I'm in my safe space, I'm in like my zone space, so please wait until I'm done? Is that what it's like for you or no?
No, it's the total opposite. Like you're more than welcome to stop me and be like, ask me questions or anything, or introduce yourself. Like I'm a shy person. I'll just be like, I keep it short, like like okay, like is this conversation over? But I don't know. I'm just a shy person. Like I really don't talk much. I don't speak up. I'm just.
Well, what? Let me. What would bring you out of your shell if somebody approaches you? What is it that's going to grab your attention enough for you to just jump out of there? The people want to know.
The people want to know.
For me to jump out of my shell, Um, hmm. I don't want to say like looks because I don't really get into looks like
If that's
that.
the
Like,
truth, Cameron, it's the truth. They gotta look
so
good.
yeah, you have to look good, but the way like you come and approach me, just have a conversation
Mm-hmm.
and just your looks is not everything. I want to like speak, like have a conversation with me and don't because it's hard for one thing I learned talking getting hit on at the gym, the only thing that turns them on for them to talk to you or get the courage to talk to you is because they're seeing your physicalness. They're seeing you. They're seeing like I wear shorts, so I wear like kind of tight shorts and everything. So I have the ass, I have thighs and everything. So a person is seeing my physicalness and they just like that's just like for example like straight guys. And I find it so funny. I ask all my straight friends like, why do you look at girls' asses like that? So like I see this all the time at the gym where this guy is lifting weights and everything, and the girl she has on tight shorts on and she has a nice ass, and they just literally just think it just look. It's like that's the only thing. Like look at introduce yourself to me. Don't say anything like, oh, I'm liking how you pumping that weight or something. I don't know.
Dude, that sounds really weird.
Yeah, it's like
That would
what
sound
the
so
fuck?
weird.
I had someone did say that to me. I was just like, okay. I was like, well, all right, nice talking to you, and I put my headphones back on. Um, Just to your question, it's just like the conversation level, like this how you approach
Well,
me.
how much of a
Just how you
conversation are you
introduce
about to
yourself
have
to
with
me.
somebody in the gym?
I mean, just be a gentleman. Just be like, hey, what's up? My name's such and such. Everything. I see you around all the time. Da 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 da. And it's just like, just go from that and don't say nothing corny or something.
You're ever like, bitch, come hard or don't come at all.
Y'all heard it
Yes,
here.
I prefer
Walk-
to not talk to. I prefer not to meet someone at the gym.
It sounds like it. It really sounds
Yeah, I prefer
like
not
it.
to meet no one at the gym because it's just like I met my two last relationships at the gym, and hey, it's the reason why
Thank
they
you,
didn't end up.
next.
You gotta
So,
find
yeah.
a spot. You gotta find.
Wait a minute. And this is for both of y'all. Where is your ideal place? Like if you had imagined a fantasy of like a man coming up to you, what does that setting look like? What does the environment look like for you?
Me personally, it has to. I don't like not a place that's full of distractions. Like I hate the club, for some reason because I really don't feel like you can get to know me. Like you yelling in my ear, like "What's up?" and I'm like, "Girl, don't know what you saying. I'm lit. I don't care."
Alcohol breath.
Right, but I think some place like if I'm at like a friends gathering, like I prefer like if we have a kickback, and I don't know you and you don't know me, like we can chop it up then because I feel like you can have time to like separate to chat, huh?
I said that's how we met.
Yes, we did. But I don't do clubs, and I don't do clubs. I don't do like the gym. Like I've had somebody try to run next to me, and I was like, oh, this I can't talk and like run.
Yes, and they either follow you around the gym. That is such weird. I'm like, bro, why are you following me?
Ew. That is strange.
Yes,
Like I wouldn't like that.
a lot of people. Yes, a lot of people will follow you around the gym.
What y'all niggas be doing what are y'all doing in these gyms? You know what? No, because I have not a theory. I heard that people be fucking in the gyms.
That is true.
See?
I mean, I haven't witnessed it, but I heard a lot of stuff does go down.
All stories.
In those the bathhouses, basically.
I personally will not be, but girls do what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to meet my ideal person, like at a kickback. Most definitely, it's like they pull you aside, y'all have y'all one-on-one conversation and stuff, and like y'all just get vibe and everything. Clubs is like you said, I'm yelling at you, yelling at me. I'm just like, why are you yelling at me? And and low key, like when I go to the club, I'm always lit. Like I'm always having fun, enjoying my time with my friends and family and everything. And that's the least thing on my mind is, oh, who I'm gonna get and everything. No, I'm
That's
lit,
very.
and you hit me up and be like, oh, and I just wake up to a text message and be like, wait, I give you my number? Like, dang.
People go though. People do have that mindset. They're going out to the club to pull a nigga, and to me, that's the most mind-boggling thing. Because I'm like, I can't focus. Like I can't focus on the like how many bodies I can get or how many people. But other people be like, this is my goal, and I just be like, kudos to you. Because me, I'll be like, I go out to turn up.
Yeah.
I have a worse time if my mindset is to meet someone. Like things go totally awry if I'm like, I'm going out, I want to meet a man. Just never works out. So I usually only go out when I have this like strong urge to shake my ass. And that is, I can do that at home. So it isn't often that I want to go out into the streets and do that.
Yeah.
What is your ideal place to meet your?
I didn't think that question.
Girl, you asked us.
Right. So you got it most definitely
Move
answer.
forward. I used to have a fantasy that it would happen to me in a grocery store because I at least expect it there. But I don't know. Now I feel like it's a little different. I kind of want to be doing something that I'm really into. Like I want to be at a jazz spot, or I want to be like, creating something or doing yoga in the park or something. So I've found now that I just want to be in a really good spiritual space and really good energetic space where I don't sort of like sabotage it or make it something that it doesn't need to be. Just really organic and really like inviting.
Yeah. Would you also, for Cameron, would you first of all, where's your favorite place to go out to? And then second of all, would you consider yourself like a party boy or party guy? Because
Where are you?
You said, where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
But good news, I'll be moving in the fall.
Oh, where are you moving to? Atlanta?
Yes.
Don't be embarrassed, girl.
Yes, I'll be moving to Atlanta in the fall.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Ooh, child, that's what we transplant to.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, like, it's a refreshing place to be in when you're in Ohio. Like,
Yes.
you're in a space where you see more men that look just like that look like you, act like you, or better. So it's refreshing because it's the queer community in Ohio, and you can add to this as well, Cameron. It's not the Dayton and Cincinnati specifically, to my knowledge.
Ohio in general.
I was gonna ask.
Ohio
It's
in
not
general.
the greatest place.
It's where if you have kids, it's a place to raise your kids at.
A whole state?
It's the greatest place
not.
to settle down.
Ain't no place in the state you can go and shake your ass.
Not in
quality.
Ohio. Ohio is the gay community here, and I tell this to everyone, the gay community in Ohio in general is not what's up. In Cincinnati, there is no black gay clubs whatsoever.
Yeah,
There's just mixture. And don't get me wrong, like, to each his own, but I'm not listening to no pop and some Britney Spears in the club and going
You said,
crazy.
bitch, I want to pop.
A bitch like me ain't either, if we're being completely
Yeah,
honest.
like I want to listen to City Girls and like
I love
and
ratchet shit in the club.
and it gives you that and everything. So it's like, but it's making the move to Atlanta is not all. It's not going to be about like, oh, I'm moving there just to have fun.
Yeah,
I'm moving there just to be me, get on my grind on fitness, modeling, everything, and just living life overall.
yeah.
You can have fun too.
So, yeah, you can most definitely have a lot of fun there. But
So back to the question: where's your favorite spot to go? And would you consider yourself a party boy or party whatever?
favorite spot to go like all times?
Yeah, like the state, whatever city. Like, where's the city that you've always had a good time in?
Yeah, let us know because I'm going to go.
Right.
Well, I would say Atlanta, but no, DC. For DC Pride was it was lit because we was in the club together.
Yep, we was. That was a good time. But DC is not always like that. I don't know if you know that, Cam. It's only because it was the holiday and I think it was Black Pride week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not always like that.
I think I'm just not in. I'm not in the in crowd because Deacon knows that it was absolutely nothing. So I'm so glad that you enjoyed yourself when you were here. If ever you're here again, I'd love to tag along because
Most definitely.
It was overwhelming. I was in this.
Yeah.
I was like, this is. I ain't never seen this many gay people in one spot. Black gay men, and they were attractive.
That I've seen.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? But
what was the second question?
Well, it's like what are you? Do you consider yourself a party person or party?
Oh, yeah, I would say. What's Mickey say? I'm a blast in the glass. But yeah, I'm a party person. I know how to get lit and have a good time. Everything.
Debbie, are you? I know the answer.
No, I don't think. Okay, so I don't consider myself to be like my mind state is like I can get lit as shit at my house, like with my friends.
You can.
No, I love. So my thing about I like going out sparingly. Like I don't like to spend too much money on bottles. Like I don't like to spend too much. Like unless I'm purposefully like knowing my intentions to waste my money. Yes, but I more so no shade, no tea. I'm usually the only person that has a house. So like I'm always willing to have parties at my house because I feel more comfortable there to get as blasted as I wanted to, and then I can just go right to my bed. But there's occasional times when I want to get dressed and look cute and like go out, but it's not all the time. Like
Devery is good for buy a bottle and sit up in the house and listen to music and vibe. And I'm that girl too. Like I'm totally with it. It is not frequent that I really want to go out, but bitch, when I go out,
oh yes,
drink and I do want to shake my ass. And that's it. That's it. That's all.
I just came here to dance.
And I better hear End of Time and I better hear Grown Woman and wonderful. Y'all can play whatever else you want. No matter to me.
Right. I mean, if my friends want to all go, then and if we all in the right mood or I'm in a good space, by all means. But usually I'll be like, y'all, we can have this party at my house. I'm a good DJ. I can buy drinks. I can get us lit. And
it's cheap too.
It's cheap, but it is when it's a lot of people
going out in the city. When I was in Atlanta for 4th of July, I was like, dang, I was having a good time, but things add up. Like when you want to have a good time, like especially because in Atlanta, like when you go out to a club, it's deep. Like First Fridays, it's deep. Like it's no, unless you got a section, you're not gonna have fun at all because it's deep. You not be able to like actually dance because it's literally people all around you, and especially if you go out with your friends, y'all not gonna really have a good time. And sections is expensive hell. Like the bottle is more than the damn section. It's like
wow.
But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Have a good time.
Every time I see these people in the club and every time I see the girls at the club and in the sections, they be fighting. It's so interesting. Did you witness a fight when you were in Atlanta the last time?
Yes, I witnessed 2 fights.
It
was that one fight at Compound where the guy hit him with a bottle.
I saw that.
And they put the sound effect like.
Atlanta gays, I really do love y'all, but y'all have to be honest that y'all be fighting. Like y'all just be fighting all the time. That's what Atlanta gays do. Y'all be fighting. I have no problem about it. It's so interesting to witness, and it's like every week I be seeing a fight video, and if it's black gay men, I be like, I bet you it's Atlanta, and they be like, Atlanta gays, and I be like, that's what it is.
Wait, so what? So you said you went down during the 4th, right? That was recently.
Yeah, girl, that was in the middle of the pandemic.
How was that during Corona? How was like? Do people wear masks in the club? Like, were y'all?
I didn't wear a mask. Okay. I'm sorry. I can barely breathe in them.
Yeah.
I didn't barely breathe in them. I can't breathe in no mask and everything. It was. You would never think Corona existed.
That's a shame.
They had a party. The next day at Compound, and it was in a pool. They had a pool party.
Yep.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I really did.
You're still with us, so shout out to that.
Still alive.
Yes.
Today is the 14th day, by the way.
I take my vitamins like it's water.
You better take them bad boys. Well, first of all,
Yes.
thank you so much, Cam, for being a part of the show with us. We
No
really
problem.
appreciate you being with us and
Thank
sharing
you,
your
guys.
insight and your platform. Can you tell people where you would want people to follow you at if they want to continue the conversation and follow you up on social media?
You can most definitely follow me on Instagram. Cam is everything _ that's connected to my fitness page and my clothing line and my styling and everything. So everything is connected to that main page. And yeah, like if you want a good word, a good morning inspiration,
Yeah.
I got you together.
I
And a
forgot to
good
say that.
workout, got you together.
Yeah, I forgot to say that. You do that a lot, which I really appreciate you having these affirmations that you post on your social media. I know for me,
Thank
I
you.
look forward to that at sometimes because I'm always like in my head. So when you post that, that's really dope. So I appreciate you for consistently doing that. I
Thank
don't
you.
know if you
Thank
know
you.
that it works for people, but I know me, I appreciate seeing affirmations on my social media when I could see hood rats. And then you break that up when I see your like good morning and smile type of things.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you all would love to continue the conversation with me on my social media platforms, you can hit me up at _LORDEVERY on my Twitter and Instagram.
You can catch me on Instagram at derwinking, that's DERWINKING, and on Twitter at Free Negro, that's FREENEGREAUX.
And if you would like to continue the conversation with the podcast, you can hit us up in our Gmail. You can hit us up at Gmail at thatblackboyjoypodcast at gmail.com. I do this so much and I always mess up. Or you can hit us up on our Twitter and Instagram at thatblackboyjoy. And without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in and listening to the show.
Thank you.